great. Seems like every time I have to go to the meeting, leave the meeting, come back into the meeting, and then it works. I don't know why that is. Okay. I'm going to put something up on the board here, and we'll get started in just a few minutes as people are drifting in. We only have 14 people here so far. We're going to go over that reasoning worksheet again. I'm actually going to split you guys up into groups and have you identify those types of reasoning. Anyway, we're going to do that today. And then we're going to talk about your group conferences. And so you might be thinking about, I need to get to my page that has the times when you want to come in, and I'm going to discuss that with you guys, and then we'll just kind of pick times. So, yeah, we're going to have 6 people per time slot. So we'll be working as a group. So just to be thinking about, I have a 9:30 to 9:45 group, a 9:45 to 10, a 10 to 10:15, and a 10:15 to 10:30. So if you guys want to think about how you want to do that, you know what, I might be able to, let me see if I can, 9:30. Oh, this is hideous. 9, let's see if I can make it better. 45. 10. I should be able to type. Oh, I don't know. No, it won't let me type. No. I don't see, I don't think typing is an option. So we just have to look at this hideous handwriting. Okay, so they're in 15-minute increments. So is there a T in a box? No T in a box. There's a hand in a box, a free draw, an eraser. Oh, text. Oh, let's see. 9:30. Oh, Ethan, you're so smart. Okay. Oh, you guys just want to look at that. Okay, now I know. Now I know I can do text in a box. So I wonder if you guys can type in. Okay. So I'm going to start writing people down. We'll do this now. Those of you that are here. Gabby is 9:30. I'm going to start a new page. Okay, Carol. Hang on. Go ahead and put your times down, and I'll write you down as I get them. Gabby, Carol. Okay. Thank you, Carol, for filling everyone in. Okay. Let me. Okay, so we've had a few people sign up. Ludi, this is for those speech conference meetings that we're going to do on Thursday. You only have to come for a 15-minute time slot. And so you need to choose one of those times that are written horribly up on the board, and I'll put you down for a time. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 people have signed up for a time. So Ludi, you're going to do 10:15. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Rachel, I got your 10:15. Saren, I got your 10 o'clock. So what we're doing is you guys are signing up for a time right now. I have 4 slots open in the 9:30. I have Gabby and Carol in there at 9:45. I have Anna. Ethan, do you want to be in that one? The 9:45? Yes. Okay. I'll put you down for that. And then for the 10 o'clock, I have Izzy, Dakota, and Saren. And so I have 3 openings there. And Andy, 9:30. Gotcha. Okay. So the 10:15, I have Whitley, Rachel, and Ludi. Okay, Brenda, 9:45. Okay, Cameron, 10 o'clock. Okay, so I haven't heard from everyone that's here. Jade, Sydney, Carl, Manera. Okay, Carl is at 10. Anna, I had you down for 9:45. Okay, Jade, 10:15. Manera, 9:30. Okay, am I missing someone who has? Okay. I think I've heard from everyone that's here. Sydney, I don't have you down for a time. Did you tell me a time, Sydney? I don't see her on there. Okay. All right. So just make sure if this is for Thursday, Manera. This is Thursday. So I figured it might be a good idea. You guys are going to start posting your speeches at the end of next week. And so I thought it might be a good idea to meet with you guys a little more like a one-on-one to make sure that you don't have any questions, that you understand what you're supposed to be doing. I tried to post things on Blackboard and I revised some things so it was explained a little bit better. Let me say that you guys have an advantage over my my 8-week class, who they had the only speech they started on was their introduction speech. They gave their introduction speech after the break, and they're starting informative speeches today. And I even took away a bunch of assignments, so it wasn't too much overwhelming for them, but it's still kind of difficult. So once again, the day that you guys are meeting in these groups will be Thursday. And the reason we're doing Thursday is so I can try to catch any problems. So what you need to do is, when we meet, have any work that you already have done um, with you, or write down questions that you might have. Make sure you look through the assignment list and you look at the timeline that you've been given, and make sure that you understand how that's all supposed to happen. Okay, and that will be your time to ask questions and ask for clarification. Okay. Um, should we email you your rough draft? No, there should actually, I believe that I created a rough draft assignment on Blackboard. So you need to submit it there. And if you have a rough draft before we meet on Thursday, that would be great, because yes, I can give you feedback for sure on that. And if I don't have time to get it to you before the meeting, then I'll pull it up on my other computer and we can talk about it in the meeting. But I should have time to at least look at it before the meeting. Okay. And absolutely, I will give you feedback on that. Okay. Other questions about the meeting or upcoming assignments? Okay. So the only person I'm seeing that I don't have a time assignment for is Sydney. Okay, so Sydney, if you're out there, maybe she walked away from her computer. But I need a time for you, Sydney. And right now, all times are open. Anyone who is not signed up or who is missing, then I'll send out an email and get them signed up for it. So we may have, right now we have 4 people at 9:30, 3 people at 9:45, 5 people at 10, and 4 people at 10:15. So we have some openings in each. Okay, good question, Brenda. The peer evaluations for the rest of the speeches will not be due until Friday. Okay, so you can go on and start looking at the speeches that have been submitted, and you go to chapter 13, informative speaking, and there, there are speeches posted there that students have submitted, and you need to use the peer evaluation that I posted on Blackboard. And I believe it says informative speech peer evaluation. You can download that and make comments on it and scan it and send it back, or you can maybe jot down comments as they're speaking, and then you go to that peer evaluation. And someone submitted one already to me that had been completed, and they just went through and highlighted the number. Instead of circling the number, they highlighted the numbers at the top and then typed in their comments in the spaces on the bottom. And then all that person had to do was just attach that and send it or submit it on Blackboard to me. All right. So there are several ways that you can get that done. You guys are a lot more savvy than me. You do not have to do the circling, but if you choose to do that for the speaker's benefit, then go ahead and do it. Okay. Yes, Gabby. So informative. Okay. All right, Gabby, let me say this. You do not have to use the circling 1 through 5 unless you choose to do that. Mostly, I'm looking for the 5 comments. Okay. So if you want to just type up 5 written comments and make sure that you use complete sentences and that your comments express a complete thought. So they're not having to read gibberish. So really be thoughtful when you do that. Okay. When you're in chapter 13 on Cengage, it should be in the practice, not present section. And it should have Andrew Heller's is the first one on there. And the other ones are stacked up behind. Okay, Brenda is telling you that it's in part 5 and it's under practice. It's not under present. And we'll do the same thing in persuasive. You will not submit under present. You will submit under practice. So practice is the term. And I might even have that written down in the instructions for the peer evaluations on Blackboard. Okay. So are you seeing it, Gabby? Can we get a confirmation from you? You're not seeing it. Okay. Okay. I found them. Ethan found them. Gabby, I guess it's just you. Okay, actually, I just have Michaela's. Okay, well, okay. So you guys, and on mine, I just have Andrews. I just had Andrews initially. So I think you need to listen to the top one and then you can go to the next one. Okay. So if you only have Michaela, you probably have some stacked behind hers. All right. And you should also have Andrew. You should have at least 4 or 5 speeches in there. Okay. I haven't even gotten through the stack yet. So just let me know if you have problems. Try to go in there and um, see what you can dig up. So apparently several of you can be evaluating Michaela's because hers is in there. You're finding hers. So get that done. And then if another one doesn't pop up, you just let me know. Okay. All right. All right. We're going to go now to a different, I'm going to put a document up here that we had last week. And I'm going to put you guys in groups and we're going to look at it again. And we're not going to take very much longer to do this, but we do need to go back through it. So here's the chapter 15 reasoning, and we went over the different kinds of reasoning, deductive, inductive, causal, and analogical. So then I gave you some examples and we read through these. And what I want you guys to do is get into your groups. I'm going to put you in groups. And then when you get in your group, I want you guys to talk about these examples and label which one is which type of reasoning. And then I want you to just talk among yourselves about what kind of reasoning you think you're going to do in your speech. See if these examples help you at all in determining what kind of reasoning would best be suited to what it is that you're doing. So I'm going to put you guys in groups. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to do breakout rooms, and we're going to do we'll do 4 rooms. Okay, and I want you guys to talk about what's up on the screen. So I'm going to start the breakout rooms, and you need to chat with your group about the different types of reasoning. Assign one of the types of reasoning to each of the examples, and then talk about your reasoning with each other.
Hello, could anyone hear me? Is everyone enable their mic so we can talk to each other?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Maybe just trying to find out how to. Okay. My paper is
I shared the document on the screen. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay. Well, I'll just read it. The deductive reasoning is using a general principle to conclude that a more specific claim is true. Inductive reasoning is using examples to support a claim. Causal reasoning is linking two events to one another, claiming that one event caused the other. No, Anna, I cannot hear you. And analogical reasoning is comparison of two things that are similar.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Like my piece or my speech is only like it's not doing any of the other things except for like you're playing.
You guys are not seeing the paper, huh?
No, but
Well, I pulled it up on, like, I hit the share and document, but I can see it, but I don't think anyone else can see it.
Yeah. I don't know that this is working very well. Okay, so Anna says she's talking, but
Yeah,
apparently no one can hear her. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Yeah.
and it just has like loading dots. I can't see or hear her.
She's just turned into a bunch of dots. Okay. I think we're gonna go back to our big room.
Yeah.
See me now? We just got out of the breakout rooms. That wasn't working. It was great the first time we did it a few days ago, whatever we did. Dang, we were vibing. Sorry, Izzy. Okay, so I'm gonna put that document back up and maybe we can just share on chat the different. Okay, so the first one, according to the study by the American Medical Association, what type of reasoning is that? I know, Carol, I noticed that we, I don't know why we wouldn't put the John. Oh, you had access to the John Blackboard last time. Yes, and it's still up there, but I didn't tell you guys to pull it up, so we're okay. Is Dakota presenting? Dakota, what are you doing? You're a rogue guy out there. Do you want to say anything to anyone? Okay. He says no. Okay. All right, Ethan, that's a good idea. Dakota, I'm gonna take you off as a presenter and put you back in as an attendee. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so how about the very first one, according to the study by the American Medical Association, men with bald spots have 3 times the risk of heart attack as men with a full head of hair. Strange as it may seem, it looks as if baldness is a cause of heart attack. So, yes, okay, so that Saren says causal reasoning, and that is absolutely correct, because you're saying that something causes something else. Now, is this a good argument, though? Is it a good reasoning? No. All right, so does anyone want to share why it might not be a good argument? I can put you as a presenter, you can just answer on chat. Are there other reasons why men might have heart attacks? Just because you're bald, are you going to have a heart attack? Yeah. So the reasoning is not very strong, and you have to be able to show, yes, you cannot link the two without actual evidence, and that is exactly correct, Dakota. There are probably many other reasons why a person might have a heart attack besides being bald. A lot of women have heart attacks and they're not bald. Okay, so very good. All right, bald men are bald, so they have more heart attacks. Yes, and that could be a contributing factor, which is age. All right, so good points. Anybody have anything else? Okay, so let's look at the second one, B. Contrary to what the chemical industry argues, limiting pesticides does not threaten the food supply, et cetera. So what is drawn, the final conclusion is that many California farmers who practice pesticide-free agriculture have actually experienced increases in their crop yields. And it gives examples of specific instances where crops have been produced with little pesticide and have had success. And you were correct, it's inductive reasoning. Okay, and let's look at that definition where you use examples to support a claim. Okay, so is anyone using inductive in their speeches or considering using that where you, okay, Manera? Okay, good. And that is a very good, Darren. That is a very popular type of reasoning, and we use it all the time, just in conversation. And, you know, I should do this because of this and this and this, or I shouldn't take this job because of these reasons. So inductive reasoning is a very popular type of reasoning. Okay, and then the next one, the United States Constitution guarantees all citizens the right to bear arms. Gun control legislation infringes on the rights of citizens to bear arms. Therefore, gun control legislation is contrary to the Constitution. So what is that? What kind of reasoning? Deductive. Thank you, Ethan. So look at the definition of deductive reasoning. Using a general principle to conclude that a more specific claim is true. So this reasoning takes our Constitution and reads that particular right that we're guaranteed, and then uses it to support their claim that gun control legislation is contrary to the Constitution. Okay, Anna, you can't hear anything. You can't hear me. Okay, so I'm glitchy. I'm glitchy. What? Okay, so am I kind of going in and out? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Maybe I'm dancing around too much. I don't think so. Okay. All right. So Annie says I'm fine. All right. So I think it just is going to happen. I had a speaker in the first class that went in and out when he was on as a presenter. He was in and out the whole time. Okay. So we decided that this is deductive reasoning. So D, let's read it and then decide. Almost every industrialized nation in the world, except for the United States, has a national curriculum and national tests to help ensure that schools throughout the country are meeting high standards of education. If such a system can work elsewhere, it can work in the United States as well. Yes, that is analogical reasoning, where you're taking two similar cases and saying that what's true for one must be true for another. So is anybody using causal reasoning? That's the one we did just before this. That was which one was that? Was the American Medical Association. Okay, Ethan is using causal. What about the analogical, where you're comparing two things? Is someone doing that in here? I was thinking someone's topic really lent itself to that, where you're comparing two things that are similar. Okay, all right, Lily, I'm trying to remember what your topic is. Okay, so that's great. So what you need to do. Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. I remember now. All right. So what you guys need to do, and this is actually on one of the worksheets that you are doing, I believe. No, that's not what I want. Everything. Sorry. Shows you guys leaving and coming and going. All right. That's not what I want. Where's the document? There we go. All right, so I want to look at this real quick, and we're going to get done early, guys, because you guys have work to do. You have stuff that you need to work on. So I'm going to pull this thing up. I was thinking it was on this, maybe not. No, I don't think so. All right, so this is the logos, ethos, and pathos, and I thought that I had on this a section for what kind of reasoning you will use. However, I believe that's on one of the, maybe it might be on the planning worksheet. So you really need to think about how you're going to incorporate reasoning, because without sound reasoning and a strong argument, it's going to be really hard to persuade your audience. Okay, so it's important that you incorporate that. Now, I'm gonna pull up the schedule real quick so we can talk about some things that you guys have coming up. And I know that a lot of you got your surveys out, and hopefully you are starting to get those back. And I believe, let's see, when did I have you guys turn those in? All right, so here we are on the 14th. All right, we have not gotten to delivery documentation downloading, so we'll talk about that. Yes, Ethan, you answered the question. Yeah, it's part of the documentation. So your planning worksheet actually was due yesterday. I haven't checked the assignments to see who's turned that in, and your chartered survey. So I'll be looking at those today and tomorrow. And hopefully you got your surveys turned back to everyone so they can complete the charts and get that done. And then we're going to do the student conferences on Thursday during the times that you sign up for. And you can start submitting your rough drafts anytime. So that's worth 50 points. And what I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter what state it's in. If you have the introduction, body, and conclusion, and you might on the introduction, maybe you haven't thought of your attention device yet. And so you can just type in attention device, and you can put, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but then I know that you know it's supposed to be there, so you get some points for that. So if you look at the rough draft evaluation, which is posted on Blackboard with the assignment, and you look at the second page of that, it has all the content that could be and will be eventually included in your outline, and you get points for that being in a certain state of development. So it might be missing, it might be developing, it might be there's one other level. So there are 3 different levels that your speech can be on. So you get credit just for turning it in. And I think it says it's typed on there, and obviously it's probably going to be typed. And then you get extra credit according to the level of development. So that's another way to earn extra credit points by submitting a more developed outline. So that's the rough draft, and it's listed as an assignment on Blackboard. And then next week, we are going to have a class. I'm going to have you guys check in. This is incorrect. Class open for questions 11 to 12:15. No, that's not true. We'll be open from 9:30 to 10:30. So you might want to change that. And I will go into and change those dates on your calendar that's posted on Blackboard, because those times are incorrect. I'm writing myself a note. So what do you need to have for your meetings? You need to have submitted an outline in some form, so I can look at it and I can pull it up while we're meeting and talk about it, or I can comment on it before the meeting, and then you can ask questions. And then I want you guys to go through all the documentation and the preparation stuff and figure out if you have any questions, so you can keep moving forward in preparing your speech. Okay, so that's what you need for the meeting. Now, it says on the calendar, discuss delivery documentation and downloading. So we've kind of touched on those, and we'll talk about them more next week. But this is what I want you to do for delivery. I want you to set your recording up. Like right now, I'm sitting down, and I could maybe give a speech like this, and it might be okay. But I want you guys not to be reading from your computer. I want you to read from note cards, because then you can look up and you're not you can look at the camera instead of looking at some notes. So I want you to create a video of you presenting a speech as if you were speaking to a live audience, not like you're sitting in front of your computer. You might even want to stand up, get your computer set up, maybe raise it on something so the camera can capture you standing up. And if you notice, speeches that I showed as examples, they were all standing and they were speaking from note cards. They were not reading from a computer screen. And unfortunately, I saw quite a bit of that in my first class, because they've not had a chance to practice standing up and speaking. Now, I did have one student who had a lot of experience in high school doing speeches and presentations, and he knew what to do. And I don't believe he was standing up, and I will require that for the next speech. So I want you guys to think about how you're going to set your speech up to deliver it in a recording that makes it look like you are actually giving a speech in class. Okay, so that's what I want to talk to you guys about as far as delivery is concerned. My preference is that you use note cards, because then you can hold your note cards up and you can speak to the camera instead of speaking to notes that are over here or laying down here or maybe on another computer beside you. Okay. Okay, Izzy says, when you say recording, do you mean we are making a video or doing it here? You are recording your speech, and you are uploading it to the Cengage textbook that you have on Blackboard. If you have not purchased the textbook, you will not be able to upload your speech, because we're doing it through that portal. We're doing it through the Cengage portal. So the advantages of that are that you can do your submission when you have a recording that you want to submit. It's not just one time and that's it, and you don't get another chance, which is like how it is when you give them in class. I mean, you do it or you don't. You know, you can't go over and say, I want to do it again. Okay, so Izzy, let's talk about the book. When I dismiss class, you and I can just talk, okay? Because I'm not sure what you're talking about, because I think what you purchased was more expensive than what we had at the bookstore. So let's talk about it after class. Don't leave until we talk. All right, so so you do have the advantage of recording it until you like it, and then you submit it. All right, and then the documentation, I have posted that on Blackboard, what needs to be turned in as documentation. And then the other things that you're doing that are being submitted in advance, they have their own separate assignment on Blackboard, and you will submit it through that. You should not be emailing anything to me except maybe questions. All right. Okay. All right. So Gabby, she can't do the trial and submit the speech. It won't let you do that. You can't submit assignments through the trial. So that's what I was saying. You can't do that. All right. So do you guys have any questions at this point? Any questions? Okay, so it's 10:15. I don't have anything else to share with you. You have a lot of work that you need to get done. Remember that you need to include your source citations in your speech. So be thinking about how you're going to cite your sources and where those are going to go. Okay. Okay. Andy raised her hand. Okay. Andy.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for the citations, is it like the same as the informative? We need to have like at least 5 like oral citations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then your bibliography should have at least 5 sources, but of course you can have more than that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and on the different sources on the same topic, any that you have beyond the 3 for 30 points are extra credit again.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to make sure that you include the citation in the citation, the credentials of your source, just like
Okay.
you did in informative.
Okay.
Okay. Is that good?
Yep.
All right. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks. Okay. Any other hands out there? Any other hands? Okay. I'm going to dismiss you guys. If you have a question and want to hang around, you can. And if you don't have any questions, then you can leave. You might want to hear some of your classmates' questions and answers. So you can do that. Gabby, you're on. Gabby. Oh, well, Gabby, is your mic on?
I think so.
Okay, it is. It's on. It's on. Okay, what's
Um,
your question?
I didn't know if you saw the chat. Alexis wants to sign up for the 10:15, but she couldn't
Oh.
make it on the call.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll put her down. Thank you. Alexis is 10:15. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Gabby. Did you have another question?
No, that was it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I see now that she signed up. Okay. All right. I'm going to take you off and put Brenda on. Okay, Brenda, you're on. You there, Brenda? Okay, Brenda, your mic's not on. I can't, I think you're going to have to turn it on from your end. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to take you off as a presenter and then put you back on. See if that'll kickstart it. Okay, now see if you can unmute it. Okay, it didn't work in our breakout room. Okay. That could be. Okay, can you just type your question? And then Izzy, let's talk when Brenda finishes her question. Okay, so Brenda, you can hear me. I was just wondering where you're going. Oh, well, it's on my list. It just hasn't been done yet. Okay, so you'll see it. You'll see it when it gets on there. I have not forgotten it. I just haven't put it on Blackboard. I have it in my hard copy. Okay. All right. So does that answer your question, Brenda? And Lori, you're good. All right. Thanks, Brenda. You too. Okay. Lori, where'd you go? Okay. She left. Okay. Izzy and Lori, I'm going to put both of you guys on. And then we can just take turns talking. Okay, so Lori, Lori and Izzy are both presenters. Okay.
Okay.
I see you, Izzy. And I hear Lori. I don't hear the pig though.
My puppy is
Okay.
currently sleeping, so that's helpful with the pig. So
Okay. That's good. Okay.
I had multiple questions because I came into the meeting late.
I know. I just now I'm seeing your name. Okay. So
And
you need to
so-
sign up for a time. We're
Okay.
meeting in small groups to okay, let me hang on. Gabby, I believe I posted the documentation assignment on Blackboard. If I haven't, I will do that. Okay. Okay. You don't see it. So I'll do that. Oh, goodness. Hang on a second. I'm in the wrong class. Okay. I'll do that, Gabby. Okay, Lori.
Okay, so yeah, so I need to sign up for a conference time. That was one of my things.
Okay. Do you have a time in mind?
What are the time frames?
They're 15-minute increments starting at 9:30. And you only have to come for that 15 minutes. So I have 9:30, 9:45, 10, and 10:15. And the 9:30 and 9:45 are smaller groups. 9:45 only has 3 people.
I'll do 9:45.
Okay.
That'll work. And that's for this Thursday, right?
Right. And so you just come into the meeting at 9:45 and I will make the 4 of you presenters and we'll just talk like we are now. And I did small groups, number 1, so I could have more time. And number 2, someone else might ask a question that you go, oh, I forgot about that. So I think it'll be helpful for you
Okay.
guys to keep it that way.
Okay. And then I just need to have like my rough draft outline started and emailed over to you by then. Is that?
Yeah. So then
Okay.
I can just pull it up and look at it. And if you get it to me, before that morning, then that would give me a chance to kind of read over it.
Okay. I will try my best to do
Yeah.
that. I'm so stretched thin right now. It's not even funny. So I will try my
Yeah.
best, but hopefully I can.
Okay.
And then, I apologize if you already said all of this. So, for the informative speech peer reviews, because I still have not gone in and watched any of those, I'm not even sure how to access them on Cengage.
Okay. So those aren't due until Friday. So it
Okay.
gives you guys a while to go on and see if you can do it. And if you have any questions on Thursday, then you can ask them and we can try to get it ironed out. Because I don't go in the same way that you guys do. So I kind of need to hear back from you all. So anyway, you're going to go to chapter 13, which is informative speaking. And I believe someone said that it was under section 5, which is practice speech, not present, but practice.
Right. So that you could do it more than once. If
Yes.
you needed to, right?
Yeah,
That's fine.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And then we're just using those same peer review sheets that we have on Blackboard, like the same as when we were using in class, correct?
Right. And what I explained was that you don't have to do the circles, but if you want to download that and highlight the numbers that they received and then just type in your comments on the bottom, you can, or you can just type up your comments in a separate document, send it to them, and then you'll need to submit that to me as well.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll have to wait till all of them are done and make them one document to submit to me.
Okay. That's what I thought for that. And then the audience analysis, I think I had asked about this before. And again, I apologize.
It's okay. Okay. So I am revising that. So
Okay.
I have not made that available to you guys yet because
Okay.
my 8:00 class, I'm having to create all new stuff for them. And so I've kind of been flooded, in inundated with that. Now I'm going to work on you guys more today. So hopefully I can get that up and posted. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to analyze your information. You can create charts or graphs or lists or whatever. That's your analysis. And then you're going to write about your adaptation. It's not going to be a worksheet. It's going to be more your creation. Okay. So
Okay.
how did you do your surveys? Did you do it through Google Forms?
I did it through Office Forms,
Oh, okay. Now
like the
I know
Office 365 or whatever it is online, because I have the student account for that. So I just
Okay.
emailed out. Also, I submitted like a picture of like a handwritten chart that I did. So if you need me to do something
Oh.
different than that, I can.
That's okay. I haven't even looked at them yet.
But I
so I'll
only
let you know.
have 15 responses. And so the other people that I had not gotten responses from, I emailed last night, and I've only gotten one since then. So hopefully I'll get more feedback. And I think I had attempted to resend it to you, but I also submitted the survey through the submission link on Blackboard. So
Okay.
so there's that. Okay, and then that Mythos worksheet and the one that you were showing today on that credibility worksheet, will those also be posted on Blackboard? Because I don't see either of those yet.
The logos should be posted. The logos should be posted. I'm trying to log in on my other computer, the school computer. Oh my goodness. I do not like the school computer. It doesn't cooperate with me all the time. It's kind of frozen up now. So I'll take a look at that and see what I can.
Okay, would it be in the persuasive project folder? Because I don't see it in there or on the side menu.
Okay, remind me again of which we're talking about, because I
That
answered it.
Mythos, Pathos, Ethos,
Oh,
Logos, that worksheet, and then also the one that you showed us today, that credibility worksheet.
Okay, the reasoning worksheet is what I showed you today. And both of those should be in the folder. And the reasoning one is not a separate assignment. That was just a helpful document for you guys to show
Okay.
you examples of reasoning. Now the logos, I believe I created it as a separate assignment. Let me look and see.
Okay, yeah, because I'm also have Blackboard pulled up and I don't see that.
You don't
The
see
reasoning
logos.
sheet or the Mythos, Pathos, Ethos one
Okay.
either.
Okay, well maybe I haven't put them up there yet.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to
will,
make sure I wasn't missing it.
I don't have it on my list. Well, I do have that I posted Logos, Ethos, Pathos as a separate assignment. So it shouldn't be in the persuasion folder, but I will go back and check because I'm
Okay.
working on 3 classes simultaneously and I create little boxes to check when it's done. And it could be that I didn't get it done for your class. So, okay, so I'll check on that.
Okay. And lastly, is there anything else that was discussed before? I came in at like 10, and so I don't know if there was anything else that I missed that I haven't asked about.
I don't think so. Just signing up for a time
Okay.
is, and and Lori, I will publish this. And so you can go in later today and you can look at the recording and you can watch it up to 10 o'clock when you came in.
Okay.
See if there's
Okay. Yeah,
anything.
that'll be helpful. And I can just do that through the Yusha lectures on Blackboard, that portion, right? Like that
Right.
link on Blackboard.
You go into manage media.
Okay.
And then it will say, I think it says recordings.
Okay.
So, but that's the box you go into.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's
Okay.
all I need. If I come up with anything, I'll just email you.
Okay. That sounds
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Okay.
you for
You're
everybody's
welcome.
patience.
Okay. Sure. Okay. I am making Izzy a presenter and I am letting you leave, Lori.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay. Izzy.
Yes.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Your speaker's on.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what happened. At the beginning of the semester, I don't remember how much the code was. I want to say $60, but I don't know if it was more or less than that. All I know is I bought a PDF of the book for $20 because that's what I could afford. And
Did you buy it like on Amazon or something?
no, it's just like it's a website that has like I've gotten virtually all my books on that website because I can't afford MCC like book prices.
Right.
Like genuinely, like the first semester I went to MCC, like I cried to my mom on the phone because I couldn't even afford the books. Anyways,
Okay.
now I don't have access. I have access to the book. I can read the book. I could like, would it be fine to even just like give you like a summary of every chapter? Like I could do that, but like I just don't have access to the quizzes.
Right. You don't have access to the quizzes. Okay. Let me think about this, Izzy. Um, because the thing is, and not that I mind extra work, but it makes a lot of extra work for me, and I certainly understand your situation, and so I want to help you with that. But I'm going to just say this, and I'm not chastising you or anything, but I did say at the very beginning of the semester that you needed to purchase the book, and I believe it was 50 or maybe 55. It could have been 60, but anyway, I just want you to keep that in mind. But I will work with you. We
Well,
are
I thought that it was okay because I did purchase the book, but I didn't
Right.
realize all the quizzes came with the Cengage.
Yeah, and I did explain that in class that you needed the digital copy and not the hard copy. That it's not an option. You don't get a choice. You have to do that particular. But you could do the trial while you were trying to get your money together, and then purchase the book when you can afford to purchase it. Okay, but that is all water under the bridge now. So you're going to be missing all the quizzes and all the practice. So I will need to come up with a way for you to make that up. And so let me think about it and get back with you on that. And then let me think about what you'll do about submitting your speech, because it will have to be a recorded submission. And so you might have the option of doing it on YouTube. You might have the option of recording it and uploading it to an email. So let me think about that too, because,
Okay.
I've got 60 speeches I'm going to have to grade. And if I did that for everyone, I would be grading 24/7 until May 13th when all my grades are due. And
Right.
so, and I have other things, besides working that I have to do. So I need to make something, decide on what you can do that is good for me and good for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So,
I mean, like, do you think I could like make like updated slides like for the book? Like, would that be helpful?
what,
That then you could show to like to your next classes or something?
oh, like the PowerPoint. Well,
Right.
okay. Oh, I don't know. I think it would be hard uh, for you to encapsulate without having a the depth of knowledge that the people who create the slides do. But maybe you could do some sort of PowerPoint for your quizzes, but I think that's too much work. I mean, the quizzes that you do online for
I mean,
Cengage.
would it even? I mean, like, I get paid, or I'll get paid from this job in like 2 weeks. Like, could I still purchase it online? Like, how would I do that since the bookstore is not open?
Well, in 2 weeks, that's gonna be like the 28th. So that really, you need to do it. If you're gonna purchase it, you need to purchase it now. So why don't you think about that? if that is,
Well,
if it's worth, okay, so if it's worth the cost, you're going to have to go in and take all those quizzes, which I know that you are fully capable of doing that. You're a very smart young woman. So, so you need to decide if that $50 or 60 outweighs the cost outweighs the work.
well,
Um,
I didn't. Wait, where would I go to purchase the book since the bookstore
I
is not?
think you can, you know what, Izzy? You can just go into the textbook on Blackboard on our class, and it will give you the option of purchasing. If you haven't purchased it already, it will let you purchase it online. You don't have to go through the bookstore. And I think
Okay.
it's like maybe $5 or $10 cheaper online or through the textbook. So you just click onto textbook and it will say, do you want to purchase this? Or do you want a trial?
Mm.
But the only problem is if you did the trial, you can't submit the quizzes or the speech during the trial period. It has to be purchased.
Right.
So I think an equitable substitution, if you didn't do the textbook, is that you would have to do, you answer 20 questions that it probably takes 10 or 15 minutes of your time. So you don't want to trade that off with something that's going to take you an hour or two,
Right.
for each chapter. That just is not equitable.
Well,
That's your time is
can-
worth something.
I can probably extort my mom for money.
Okay. Okay. Well, Izzy, think about it. You don't have to commit. You don't have to tell me right now. You have some time to think about it. And your quizzes are not due till May 10th or 11th or something. What is it? I'll have to look and see. I have it even up here. They're due on May 10th, all the quizzes. So, but you have to have it, the last day to submit your speech is, oh gosh, I've lost it here. I don't think it's going to let me go back. The last day to submit your speeches is April 22nd at midnight. It's a week from yesterday. So you have, a week to figure out what you want to, if you want to go ahead and purchase the book and how you're going to do it. And once you purchased it, then I would try to make a decision this week. So
Right.
so you have some time to work on the submission and make sure you're doing it right. So you're not, panicking at the last minute trying to figure it out. Okay, so those are some things to think about. Because I
Okay,
also,
so
okay, Ethan is still here, and he says if you go on Blackboard and click on the textbook, it'll ask you to purchase it. So
right.
that's
So
what
I
you guys.
don't need Cengage Unlimited. I just need the MindTap course.
Okay. It's on your syllabus. Let me pull it up. It's the 4th edition. You do not need unlimited. Absolutely not.
Awesome, because that price scares me.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be for the whole semester, and you can do like 3 different or 4, however many Cengage classes you have. It gives you access to all of them. So it's a great deal if you have more than one Cengage class. But if this is your only one, you want to do the MindTap one. It's like, is it
Right.
50?
It's $50, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you want. So you think you're going to try to do that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess, buy the book. again.
Yeah. Well, the PDF, is that an electronic copy?
It's just an electronic copy of the book. It's the whole book. It just doesn't have the quizzes. So I'm just
Right.
paying $50 for the quizzes.
Yeah. And to be able to submit your speech.
Don't forget
So-
that.
Don't forget that. Yeah. But Izzy, just think about the time that you're going to save. You know, I mean, it's not going to take you very much time to do those quizzes. Whereas if you have to do something written, you have to type out 20 questions. That's not a good use of your time. How many other classes do you have?
3.
Yeah. So no, you don't have time for that. So see if you can figure out how to make it work. You know what? You were supposed to purchase it anyway. So, and I know $50 is a lot of money, and you are, and I'm sorry, but that is the way it is. So, and that's the way it's set up. And they probably should make that very clear on the class description, and maybe they do. I'll have to go back and look at it, that a digital copy of the textbook is required. So, and you know, from the beginning, if you had anticipated that, like I thought I warned you guys about, but I guess I didn't do a very good job.
Well, before you start classes, they just tell you what books you need.
Right.
It doesn't like tell you like, oh, you'll need like quizzes for this, or like what's included with like the whole thing with the book.
Right. It's always good though to purchase the book. You know, like my 8 o'clock class, they are having to go in and look at some assignments at the explanation in the book. And if you don't have the book, then you're just trying to figure out on your own. And that's not.
Well, the thing is, like, I purchased the book. It doesn't have the quizzes with it. Is the only thing. Like my math book last semester was $100 in the bookstore, but I bought it for $20 online.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, like that.
Okay. So, yeah, I didn't have the ISBN on here. So I need to put that more clearly on my requirements too. And we need to advise the bookstore or whoever does the online thing that needs to be clear that it's digital. So,
Right.
okay. All right. So is there anything else that we need to talk about? You have signed up for a time on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just email me if you have any other questions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck, Izzy. Anna is still here and she's raising her hand. Okay. Okay, Anna, you there?
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
is this working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So my question was about the rough draft document.
Yes.
I was looking at it, and so I've got my outline almost done.
Yay. So you get
Anyway.
lots of extra credit.
So I was wondering if I had to turn in the rough draft if I have the outline almost done.
Well, I'm sure I can find something for you to work on, Anna, don't you think? I'm pretty good at that. So, yeah, what you'll do is you'll turn in the rough draft. I'm pulling this up here. And so obviously you're probably going to get the 50 points over here. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why it says D right there. Oh, accomplished. Okay. So it did, it really messes up my handouts on this form. But see, on the back side, it has
Mhm.
excellent, progressing, developing, and missing. So you could get, I think it's like up to 70 points or something like that of extra credit doing this. And if it's very well developed, you're going to get the top numbers in each category. So then on the flip side, where it says extra credit, it'll say 72 extra credit points and then 50 out of 50.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
that is to your advantage, which, you kind of did that last time too. You
Mm-hmm.
had your outline done. You were missing, I think, the specific purpose or something at the top. You're missing something at the top. And I commented on that and then I think you fixed it.
Mhm.
So yeah, just go ahead and send that to me and then I will offer any comments as needed. And then if you have any other questions, you can ask them on Thursday.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready to submit it, I've got to get through some things for my 11 o'clock first, and then I'm going to start grading the stuff that's submitted on Blackboard to try to get that done for you guys.
Mhm.
And then I'll start looking at outlines. Some people emailed me assignments, and that's not the way they're supposed to do it. And
Mhm.
so, so I'm going to grade those last. So, I'll get to it.
Speaking of that, so I noticed later after I'd sent everybody surveys, and that includes you,
Yes.
that you had a spot for it on Blackboard.
And that is just my copy.
Yes. So the thing was, the site I used it, I made the survey on. Once you're done collecting them and close the survey, I can't put up another. I can't put it back up again.
Okay.
But the chart that I sent you, or well, not sent you, but I posted on Blackboard
Right.
that has all the data that I got from my survey from all the people.
Uh-huh.
It has the questions in there.
Oh,
Does that
you're
serve
good.
the same
Yeah,
purpose?
that'll work. You may have to remind me, Anna,
Mm-hmm.
just like with the assignments for your first speech that we had talked about it, and it, sometimes things just do not pass into my brain, so it takes a couple of times because I've got too many plates spinning. But yeah, so you might send me an email and say, remember we talked about my survey, and you can see my questions on my Blackboard submission of the chart.
Okay.
Okay. And so then I can manually enter the survey grade on Gradebook. I don't have to, Blackboard does not have any power over me. So I can submit it in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think I shared with you that the King's Speech assignment I cannot find anywhere. However, I'm sitting here thinking, did I do a search? I don't think I did a search. So I might do a search before I create a new one.
Well, and as I said before, I'm happy to, I don't know, summarize.
Well, and you know what? If you wanted to, but I need to have a point value. So I'm not just willy-nilly. So I'm going to write King's Speech here, and I'm going to, some other people are interested in doing that.